Zonal defense during corners. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not saying it's wrong. I prefer man-to-man marking. Why? Let's have a look. This was during the game Arsenal versus Tottenham Hotspurs this week, where you can see here that Arsenal is lined up five in the back and they basically make a run forward. How did Tottenham Hotspurs lined up against that? Of course, the keeper. They had three man markers in the back. Then they had three zonal players in this area, and I think they are there because they are very good in heading. And then we have two players in the front zone and two zonal players in and around the box area. What is the tactic? Those five, they start running forward, and this is now what I want to point out during zonal defending. If players move with speed forward, that means they can get in front of you while you are standing still. And at the same thing is when players moving forward and creating jumping power, you get also momentum that the defender who is in the zone cannot create. He's standing still and has from a standing position create certain momentum upwards by jumping, or even when the player coming in front of you, you can correct that. So a moving object versus a standing still object, the moving object is always in an advantage. And that's what we're going to see in the videos. So those three who are standing still against the players who are move forward, in this case these five, yeah, they have the advantage. And I see that also in other situations, in other games. But in the game Arsenal versus Tottenham Hotspurs, they scored 2 goals, and also partly due to zonal defense. So let's have a look at the video. So you see here man marking from Tottenham Hotspurs in the back. 5 zonal, 7 zonal basically. Those three are probably the strongest headers. That's why they are there. Also big, tall guys. And you see that Arsenal is moving forward those 5 players. And those zonal players are standing still. Now, this is the 3-0 that is scored. You can see here all the players get in front of the zonal players, and you can see even they are high above the players that are zonal. And that means you have an advantage because you create momentum with jumping and even moving forward. We'll see here the same goal where you can see this player high above his player, his defender, zonal defender. This one above the zonal defender, and Havertz, what is his name again? Also who scores the goal above the player in front and behind him. So because you create momentum. Let's have at the next example, this is from the same game. This was the 1-0 that was scored, where you can see they initiate momentum, Arsenal, and you can see this player is on the inside of the defender. He doesn't jump, but he's on the inside. He's on the inside, and this player scored an own goal. So the Arsenal player is on the inside and gets in front of him. And as a defender, you can not much do if you just mark your zone. He scored an own goal. All the rest are all on the inside. Also, this player on the inside. So that's not a good thing to do, in my opinion. Let's have a look at another example from another game where you will see 4 zonal players of Manchester United. And this player who will, yes, he is man marked, but he gets in the back zone where they are making zonal defense. And because he creates speed to the zonal marker who stands still, you can see he creates the momentum. He will get high above the zonal marker, and he is not small. So he gets high above and headers the ball inside the goal. We'll see the same goal with the same situation from a different angle for zonal. Player creates speed, momentum, high above the zonal marker. Again, he's not a small player. Same goal, high above 2 zonal markers because he creates momentum. We have one more example because I don't like just have one or two examples, but from different situations. For zonal, here it's 4 against 3, 3 man marking, and one is free. Ake number 6 or 5 is free. He creates momentum against those two zonal players. So if the cross is good in that zone, the player who creates the momentum always has the advantage, in my opinion. So there you go. I think zonal defending, yeah, is in my opinion not the greatest thing to do, especially when the cross is good and you create the momentum either with speed or with height.